So, Castle's Cafe, Withernses, had a lovely stop. Now we've got time to go a bit further. And that's the way I was going to go out, but anyway, as you were, now we're going the other way out. This is the main road out of Withernses. I think, if memory serves me right, the A1033, but I could be wrong about that. So me at the back for a change. And look at this lot. It's all like our daisy there. So where we are now, we're riding away from Withernses and we're going down the Spurn Peninsula. Once upon a time you could ride right to the end of Spurn Point, but it's over 10 years now since it was breached, and you can't go on to the point anymore. It's Yorkshire Nats who look after the site. It's a place of scientific interest, and also it's pretty famous for migrating birds, and you'll see, more probability today, people walking about with big opticon optical outfits, binoculars and telescopes, cameras, all the gear, and they get some pretty exotic things. They tend to be wind blown off route, and the first thing they land at is Spurn. And I think the most rare one I saw was a blue throat. Definitely not a native species, but you get all kinds of stuff there, a lot of Arctic stuff. They've had an albatross, you name it, they've had it. And this time of year, of course, the birds are all starting to come back. They're migrating back to the country for the breeding season. A lot of wind farms. There's a big North Sea gas terminal down here, Easington. It's quite an interesting place, and as I said, the interesting thing is, you can see how it's misty. A sea fret. Put a fresh battery in. I ran out of battery just as we got to Roos, but I filmed that road loads of times, so it didn't want a big deal. I got the ride in that I wanted to show through Danthorpe and that. I had a cup of tea and a tea cake. The lads had a brunchy type breakfast. Rich is now complaining that he can't move, he's so full. The same standard of security that we had on RAF airfields where we were guarding nuclear weapons. Wire fence, sterile, there's definitely tremblers in the middle of that, definitely. You climb over that fence into the middle there, they'll know you're there, the fence will be alarmed, and there'll be tremblers in the gravel. Cameras. And it all comes within the realms of the Official Secrets Act. Gas terminals. This is Centrica on this side. It's all gas coming in from the North Sea. And power cables as well. And then they go across country, and I think it goes from here to Beverley. There's a big terminal there, they've just built it. There's some kind of conversion place. And then it goes across to a big substation in Cottingham. That one is new, I don't remember seeing that one before. There's a footpath down there, I bet you they've got guard dogs. Kilsey Wetlands Trust. Yeah, nice. You see, all the cars that are parked on there are birdwatchers. They'll be out on the wetlands. When you get down to Kilnsea, you'll see people walking around, and you quite often see them, big cameras and all sorts. I came down here with Harry B, and the day we were down here, oh, there was loads. That was with the Africa Twin, and that's the last time I was down here. So that's, well, it may be as much as 3 years since I was last down here, maybe more. 3 years? Yeah, 22 probably, 2022. Oh, the tide's in. Ah, it's not often you see that. Yeah, tide's in. Excellent. This is the first time Chris has ever been down here. Tide's in. That's it, it's in. It won't come much further than that.
You want to get a quick look at the underwater stuff?
Yeah, how far is it?
Just there.
Right. Yeah, cool. Where are we going to park it? You going in there? This is all that's left of a battery that was designed to protect the mouth of the Humber. Big military gun emplacement, and last time Richard was here, that was on shore. That's how much erosion we're getting on this part of the east coast. Don't know if I can show you that way because it's into the sun. What I'm showing you now is this is coastal erosion. You can see how it's undercut it all. Pipes. 5 years ago there was caravans stood here, look. There's all the outlet pipes. You get all them stones mixed up in the surf, and it's just like a cutting mill. My God, I bet that made a hell of a noise when it finally gave way. This is at Kilnsea, you know where it is. Sheer tonnage of concrete that's going into the North Sea. Just to show you the force of the sea, look at this. Unbelievable. So, back on the bikes after our little excursion. I'm in sand here, so I'm going to be careful. There we go, we're out. And we're just going to go down so Chris can see the Spurn Point. You can't go much further down here. It's a dead-end road. This is the Spurn Discovery Centre, and there's a building here on the right which I've yet to go in. It's there. There it is. I went last year to the one on Portland Bill. That was really interesting. But Portland Bill has the huge majestic gravel banks. Totally different landscape to what we have here. This is as far as you can go. Richard hasn't gone through the gate, he'll get us into trouble. And you can actually see where the land dips down. That's where it was all eroded and washed away. And then continues round here for about a mile, and just in the mist is the lighthouse. I know this camera won't show it. All the seabirds. So most of the people down here have come down here for a walk, see the wildlife. Most of the people seem to have a small pair of binoculars. As I say, normally it's not unusual to see people walking around with huge great cameras and telescopes, and it's a serious location for bird watching. And it's a place that I'm quite fond of it down here. I quite like coming down here. I like coming on my motorbike though. I'm not overly keen on coming in a car. It's definitely a location to come for a ride. And if you feel so inclined, and I've done this before, there's a pub just around the corner here. Do a very, very nice pub lunch and a nice pint of beer and coffee, and I have all of it. And it's a little bit like a seafront, this bit, but that's actually the River Humber that we're going to see in a minute. Isn't it a shame that in a natural reserve they have to have lads picking up waste paper? Put it in your pocket and take it home with you. There we go, that's the river, that isn't the sea, that's the River Humber. It's the Humber estuary we're looking at there. Crown and Anchor at Kilnsea. Oh, lunch smelt wonderful. I think that's as far as the Withernses bus comes down here. Don't think it goes down to Kilnsea. Or maybe the local Withernses bus does, but I'm sure the big service from the city doesn't. Interesting building coming up here on the right. The Coast Guard Tower from the 18th, 19th century. This is just called the Tower. Something to do with smuggling. No, this is Welwick. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that little hamlet we went through was called. This is the one that has the pretty war memorials just coming up on the right hand side. There, look. And it's also the village that has the funny little traffic light system that I was talking about. So it's the village of Welwick that has it. And the reason for the traffic lights is because it's a single track road round through the village. And it has little repeater lights halfway down. Can you see, look? It's for the people who live in those houses, so they know what colour the lights are at when they come out of the driveway. And this is the end of our ride today. This is a very large village, Patrington, bordering on small town. And on our way back home, you need to stop it because it's a very awkward junction. Yeah, it's alright as it happens. You, Richard knows something I don't know. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this mini adventure into the Holderness area of East Yorkshire. And from Patrington, I'll say bye-bye. Please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.
There goes Graham on the mighty sail.